Attention, attention, attention. This is the TownNet A of the day. I am your net controller. T number 9, Yankee uniform, echo, echo, echo. If you're around and would like to check in, please come in with your call sign. Phonetically, reminder to all that the net is being recorded for training purposes. You may begin. Check in, check in. This is TownNet A. Check in, check in. Check in.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Also, Satron, Ding is probably driving right now, so he will probably be checking in a little later.
Okay, no problem. Let's see if anyone else wants to check in. Check in, check in, check in. Everyone. Check in, check in, check in. Please come in with your call sign. Boom, boom, boom.
Kenya number 3, Whiskey November Golf. I could listen, but I don't think I can talk as much.
Okay, we got you here. Anyone else want to check in, check in, check in? I wonder what happened to that, huh? Usually she come in. Anyone else want to check in, check in?
I did remember she saying she had that recruiting thing to do, Satron, so she's probably still there, but she's listening, but she can't speak. Back to you.
Well, we have one person net. It is very hard to do a net with one person. Come on, anyone, check in. Well, if there's only one person, we will have to cancel the net because we can't do a net with just one person. It will become very weird. Okay, let me give it another try. Anyone want to check in? Check in, check in. If you're around and would like to check in, let me know. Um, and if there's not enough people, we'll just push it to net B because no way to do a net with just one person. This. So, yeah, check in.
Number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Okay, we have Kai at least. Anyone else? Okay, then let's do a warm up round, and then we'll see what happens. Uh, it is quite hard, Okay. Um. Well, my first round, I would like to say my feelings. It, you know, when you're the one trying to be a sajon and teaching very disciplinedly going on the net, it is very hard to continue when people don't show up. It is very disappointing sometimes. Like, especially calling out to TY2FNG. She was doing good a while ago, and somehow she cannot join the net now. I don't know why. But yeah, putting your learning the net to priority is something everyone got to work on, or else why am I here? I might as well be working on something else. I have my other stuff that I can do on the computer as well. So, like I said before, the cycle of the virtue, right? Like the Tai Chi diagram, there's output, there's intake, right? I usually say, you don't look at the balance, but hey, when there's only one side that is being white and the other side, the black is not enough, the cycle will be broken. So it is important for the disciple side, the black side, to also do their role to keep our net running. I can come here every day, but if I come and no one is here, how can we continue? So today, also, one thing that I want to mention is the ACM. So this morning, I was kind of shocked when I see WAC was like, suddenly she unsubscribed. What happened? So people still don't get it that the ACM, the subscription is not a payment for classes, right? Like you join ACM, meaning like I want to be a part of the AC and I want to support the lineage. It's your virtue. It's not about the lesson at all, right? So you build your virtue showing that you want to commit, you want to contribute, and that's why you're different, right, from the normal disciple who just like stick around and do nothing. So yeah, that is what it means. So when someone unsub, like I supposedly know what it means, right? So when you unsub, it's also telling me that, oh, I'm not going to be one of the support. And that kind of hurt, with no message explaining what happened, right? That will kind of hurt. And well, yeah, if you treat that like a class, of course, like, oh, I can come to class, so I'll just pause it for a while. I can understand that, right? But because it's not a class, it's not like a fee for a lesson. So the feeling that impact me is a little bit different. And I hope everyone understand that as well. So let's move on. We'll go to the lucky star, Tina number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Good day to Sergeant Gijan. Good day to all of my seniors and my juniors. And I believe this is just a warm-up round. More people are going to show up. And I am feeling sad that Sergeant is sad that he feels, there is no fruit to be returned today. And I'm sorry for that, Sergeant. It's disappointing to hear disappointment in your voice. And I after reading the chat earlier today with conversation between you and WAC, yeah, I definitely think that her perspective is that it's a class and she's paying for the class, blah 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 blah, and I think that is the general consensus with a lot of new newbies. Like they don't really have I don't think they understand that this is not a class. This is not this is not something where just because you see a whole set of messages in the chat, you have to catch up to it or you have to get all the information. Like look, the other day I posted in the Smarty group to Tenkin that, yeah, I'm putting in notes here, but these notes are, how should I put it? These notes are for people who just want to see. This is not a supplement or replacement for interacting with Sajwan. And the notes is not for like, oh, you have to get the notes. No, it's just there. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, well, that's okay too. Because I know Lee Se Hong, when he comes home, he does have to scroll through all of the messages and then to go through to sift to see what is what. So I just like to make it easier for him and people like him who's looking for the information. So when they do come back to the net and we have a next net with them and they're teaching the same subject, you wouldn't have to start all over again, which I know you probably don't mind starting all over again. But for people like me, Lee Sia Hong, and Wing Sia Hong, when we see the information, it just registers so much more quickly and it feels a lot more better. But funny enough, the method of learning through listening has increased my listening skills because a lot of people hear but they don't listen. So my listening skills has definitely improved, and my patience not just for people but myself when I'm learning, because I am pretty tough on myself when I'm learning. Like, why don't I get this yet? Something wrong? Are you stupid? And then, funny enough, I used to transmit that same mentality over to people I'm teaching, like yeah, have no patience for this person, they're dumb, blah 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 blah. When I realized, oh crap, yeah, people will get it when they get it. But the main takeaway is that this is not one of those churches where you go and you throw money at things because you come to get a blessing or you come to get. I mean, you could if you want to treat it like that, just get a service and go about your day. But if you're in the community, nah, this is not that whatsoever. So yeah, this is Tiniat number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess the lesson mindset is very stuck in a lot of people because you're used to signing up for things and then go there to learn, right? This morning when I wake up, I was kind of suddenly thinking back at when I was a kid. I go to art classes. I learn from this artist, and he teach me calligraphy and all that, and he's still around. So I remember back then when I was learning, it is very money based as well. Like you pay, you come, you learn, and you have like 4 weekends, and that's it. There's no extra. You won't be able to talk to him outside of the class time. Like there's nothing. Like you only go there every Saturday for like that few hours, and you talk to him, and you're gone. You don't talk to him. Like there's nothing, right? Like he might seems like friendly and talk to me and all that, and we kind of play around like that during that time. But outside of that day is like when I'm gone from his house, there's nothing. And same thing with the martial art learning as well. It's like you go to the class and you're like talking, but when you're home, there's no contact. But here is totally the different thing. Here is like the contact is 24/7. And you're like living a different lifestyle, right? It's not like that kind of thing. So I don't even recall myself going through any kind of thing in the past like this here as well. It's so common to have that kind of class mindset. But yeah, it is very worth noting how we learn here. Maybe we need a book or, something on the website that introduce it to them. Some people might take it wrongly and think like, oh, this master is like controlling over my life, or he is like looking at everything, no privacy. But hey, wait a minute. If I don't know about you, how can I help you? So anyway, let's move on. I will just call Wing. So if you don't respond, I'll move on. Okay. See you at number 3, Whiskey November Golf.
Sorry, so I kind of got distracted because I was like moving stuff in my car, and I saw this thing that looked like a bug, and I just kind of like cleaned it up right now, and there's like spider webs, and there was a very interesting spider, and I don't know if it's poisonous or not. So, yeah, that's.
Oh my God, spider again. Oh, I hate those stuff. If I'm there, I would just like blow it out. Take the blower, blow it out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can definitely continue. Yeah, when we come to the net, it's not always about learning stuff. You don't have to be so technical, right? Sometimes you can come in and just update what you're doing is fine too. It's kind of like you're sharing the time and knowing the life of each other's. Okay, Tina number two, Kilo Alpha India.
Tenet number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I would like to treat first everybody in the net and such on Kicham. I feel very bad about the statements of such on that you just mentioned because I'm a little bit also a bit guilty about the whole thing because I recall after everything shut down in my work side, when I do the self introspection and I realized that also myself as well, I didn't have enough time to. In fact, I didn't have any choice because I had to. Because just recently, I think the past two weeks, I was doing long hours on Ubering so that I can make enough money to compensate for the fact that I staying at home now. I don't work, so that was the only way. So I didn't have enough time to pay attention much to the lesson. So it did came to me that guilt, especially after if I remember, it was like on Saturday. I wasn't even able to attend the Zoom class because of the long hours I did work, especially on Saturday, because that is the time that I make the most money. It was only because of obviously I must make money to fill up the fuel during the week because obviously during the week I must go to work and Saturday I must because something occurred because they don't have at work like the transport. They don't have transport and especially in the site that I mean usually in the previous site that I was working on there was they did provide the transport. Now I must use my own transport, so I must have a transport petrol money. So I was trying to compensate for that, but everything just shut down. So backfired on my side on that all of that. So now I'm sitting at home and my Uber has been blocked. So I'm feeling horrible at this moment. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Back to you.
Okay, I want to say I got things message, so you're checked in. You're next. Kai, you know what? Sometimes like shit like this happen. It seems like really bad, but on the other side, it's kind of like Lay's case. Back in like 1 years ago, right? His car was stolen, and of course it feels so horrible, right? It's such a big thing gone, but because of that, it actually forced him to get rid of his second-hand car, and by then he got a new car which is not second-hand, and so far so good. Like up to today, the car is still doing very good. So it's kind of like something very bad happened. Sometimes it's just a turning point for something better to come into your life, and you weren't really changing your pattern in the past. You were like non-stop doing the same thing. It's like you're eating the same food every day. Uber, Uber, Uber. And like Lay always complain about his Uber life. He's like, wow, that really sucks. I don't want to do this. He wanted to quit it so bad. But hey, you're doing it like every day. He only do it like every weekend, right? And it already sucks so much. So maybe this will bring something new into your life. So instead of like feeling horrible, you should spend your energy to look for like a new way to live a life. There's always a way. Samlo tell me there's always a way for everything to happen. Just that you find out or not is like you have to discover. So right now, you know what? Hey, Kai, at least you have us here. At least you still have internet, right? So what you can do, make use of the situation right now. And hey, I am helping you out with the AI, doing some researches. You come back to me with like anything you want to tell the AI, right? Like, oh, I live here. This is my address. This is where I want to work. Or I have problem with this. This I try and it doesn't work. You tell me online, and I will tell the AI and come back to you. And eventually, you figure out something together, right? And that might be something worth trying. And if you get a new kind of job that's very different, maybe it would be better than keep Ubering. So not always bad, like having a situation like this. It is bad, of course. Like, oh, like shit, I got banned, but it's not at the end of the world. Okay, you know, you have a lot of potential. So don't just stop there, right? You keep moving, right? Put your chi to the right spot, and that will help to solve problem. Feeling sad doesn't solve the problem. I want to also shout out to Cheng, saying that you improve in the listening skills. I also did. So I just realized because like with the ham radio, right? Everyone is talking every day and they're used to listening to people with all kinds of accents. So you'll be able to understand what they say. Now here is the same. You know what? At first, I find that it is very hard to listen to Chung's words somehow. I don't know why. Like it's just very hard to understand. And now I listen to it and it feels much more normal. And so it is kind of like building up that skills. And it just takes time. So when we talk every day, you know, it's really helping. Okay, next one. Team jet number 2, Delta November, go.
Unit number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah. Greeting everyone on the net, Xiajiang Gijiang. Kind of like, it's true, and what the Xiajiang said, that I think it's we're losing something, but it's also something good will come in to our life. Like, it's the same like we get out from our comfort zone and we go to the wilderness now. We don't know, we're wandering around. We look for thing that might work for us. Same thing like when I starting doing the restaurant. You know, it's not easy. Like we're looking for the space, you know, and after that, I have to quit my job, right? I almost a year don't have a job, right? So I kind of like a building day and night, like go meeting with a lot of bunch of resources, interior design, engineer or architect like that, to talk about the design, blah 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 like that. It's takes so many time, and then the permit you need to back and forward, send it back, deny, reject it again, send it again, like that. Keep trying, and then the permit coming out, and then building all the stuff, you know, and then yeah, it's you know, you are trying to make the best out of it, right? So when the thing is I think it's when we are no, this one is not work for us, we go find something else, and then hopefully everything will work it out good. I think that's is a very true. It's because it's happened to me, so I'm not scared anymore to wandering around, to trying new things, because it's a good blood. Back to you, net control, unit number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, very good. Let me do a call out and see if anyone want to check in. Anyone want to check in? Please come now.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Anyone else? I got ha. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, well, yeah, welcome in, huh? Finally, you're here. I was kind of worried. You know, like at first it was only Chung, uh, and then it was like so quiet. Then Wing has to check in just to not like kill the net, right? And then later Kai checked in, and I was like, okay, finally we have like a few people. I I almost canceled the net A, like yeah. So the mic is yours, senior number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Oh, good. The net was still here. I was caught on a call and couldn't get away because I work in Texas. My time zone is central, so 12 o'clock here is only 10 o'clock in California. So they think, no problem. Call her. Never mind. No, she eats. Never mind. She don't need to eat. I call her. No. So good thing the net is here for me. But this sounds like the discussion is about new beginning, maybe job. I've had not a lot of jobs working for people. I used to own 2 businesses, very lucrative ones too. At this point in my life, I hesitate to start over. I don't want to do that. It's a lot of work. I can come up with a million excuses. But if it's something that I really would want to do, I have to figure that out and figure what is going to be a good payment for my time or service in response for that. And so far, I haven't heard a lot. I have a few things, but I have one that I have brewing in my mind, and I think it might work. And it's a service. It's basically a home service for people, elderly people, because nobody wants to go in the nursing homes. They're kicking people out of the nursing homes because they can't afford it. They're going back home to their kids or maybe other people that can deal with them. But what if you can't do that? What kind of other offerings do you have? Affordable offerings. So I thought maybe I could look at that and make that something. I wouldn't do this myself, but I would like lease out nursing professionals or other people that do that kind of work for me, and they would get work that way. Just an idea, one of many. Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Well, I was thinking while you're talking, I kind of like want to ask, hey Kai, what is your background? Like I don't really know what you have done. So do you have a resume? If you do, or maybe you even like type more about your background, what you know, what you have done, right? And let me shove it to GPT, the AI, and have it like kind of analyze to kind of see if there's any plans that might work for you. So send that to me through line, and let me see what we can do out of that. Right? You never know. GPT is so amazing. Right now, like you see, I'm doing a lot of stuff that I don't even believe I would be able to do. Like a few years ago, I was trying to do the scripture books, and all the Samnonese has to be hand typed manually. So I chant as I type, right? And eventually there will be typos. So after a while, we have to go back and then like read through the whole thing and then edit. And then it's like super time consuming. And then sometimes it's like, oh, bear spotted. You know what? this word used to be like this, and then like now we have done a lot of books, and then she's like, but actually this word is like this right now, and I'm like, oh shit. Now we have to go back and update everything manually, and that is crazy. So yeah, I always wished that there would be soon or somehow a disciple who is so good at programming, and they can like write a program or something for me, and it will allow me to like have all the Samnonis, inside, and then I just shove in a file with the Chinese, and it will type everything for me. Like that will be my dream. Like, oh my goodness, I don't even mind like typing all the Samnonis word once for it. Like I feed the information, right? And then later, the new scripture book will have like all those words already, and it just popped out all the Samnonis. That will be so nice. And then if anything update, I just update that database, and then I can like update every book in one click. That would be what I want to do. Hey, you know what? It happened. After a few years, it's myself doing it with the GPT. It's like so crazy. So I don't even realize that, it can make me turn into a powerful programmer. I never know, right? So a lot of things can be possible if you want to. You need to keep that in mind and don't think like you're doomed, right? You're not doomed. There's a lot of potentials, especially you have us around. We can help. Thing number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenured number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Two things, Sajan, that kind of stood out to me while you were speaking and we were going through the list, and you were mentioning that this is like a community, and the more we interact with each other, the stronger the bonds will get, and people may think you're trying to control, and I think it's because people don't have a concept. Sorry about that, Sajram. Hopefully that loud noise didn't come to the phone. But yes, I think that the average person don't necessarily, or the newbies still haven't understand that this is more than just a, how should I put it, more than just a hobby or just a normal religious setting. This is like a community, a village. And these are the people who are going to be with you for the rest of your life. You're not just here to figure out how to do some magic to get ahead or this or that, because there's so much stuff you're going to face in this world. And having not just the magic but the support system to work with you is going to be a great asset to have in your life, because you're going to face a lot of stuff that magic will fix, but just knowing you have somebody there with you emotionally or sometimes physically is even a bigger blessing. And what is the other thing? The other thing that stood out to me. Funny enough, I saw this meme. It was basically these gray aliens was on a moon, and the gray aliens have the ability to be psychically connected, like they can hear each other's thoughts and they can communicate, so they know everything about each other. And then the one of the other alien asks, why don't humans have that ability? And the other gray replied, because humans have a lot of things to hide from each other. They don't actually show each other everything. And I think that is that's what made me think. I thought about that when you mentioned that people may think you're trying to control or something like that. But I don't think they understand, like you said, to not have no barriers, to be very transparent. This is what I am. This is where I am. No shame, no judgment, no facetiousness, no hidden agenda. Yeah, it just is what it is, and this is where I am, and just be accepted. And I'm happy to hear that there's more people on the net, and hopefully you have received a fruit that is making you a lot more happier, Sajan. Back to you, Tenured number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Oh yes, definitely. Feel much better now. Okay. Yeah, magic help is one thing, but actually having a real person helping and even combining different people's like their strength and talents and resources is really helpful as well. Like when I was getting on my ham radio, um, people are not into magic at all, but when they have a net, there was this guy who said, "Oh, I'm having issue with my accounting and all that." And hey, you know what? In that community, there was a person that actually knows accounting and have access to a lot of resources. And they just told him what to do. And hey, you never know who knows what, right? So you bring out your concern, your question. Someone might know something about it and they say something and it really changed your life. It's like, wow, now I know what to do, right? It's like so different. So, yeah, never underestimate the group. Um, I just want to say I saw Kai posted a CV. So after the net, like now I don't have access to the computer. I'm in the kitchen. So later I will go to GPT and help you out and see what I can get. Right? Yeah, GPT, talking about that. Wing was using the GPT for her work as well. So it's really helpful. Yesterday we had a fun time creating a picture because Wing always said to her, the fish is always like alien, look like weird monsters standing up looking at you, and they have like teeth, like human teeth. So we were like, okay, let's see if GPT can create that picture. And it actually did. So maybe Wing can post a picture on Sablo Palace. It looks so freaky. But yeah, the GPT today is crazy. And Bear, she work in Hong Kong, right? So there's no GPT for her. But sometimes, when it's like important stuff, she will give it to me and I run it through the GPT here and get it edited and then send it back to her. And that is like something that we do all the time. So you can see, like, even if you're in a place that doesn't allow it, you have us here. So yeah, come over, get help. Feel free to do so. Okay, let's see if Wayne can check in. Team net number 3, the Whiskey November Golf.
Team number 3, Whiskey November Golf. Yeah, so I came out here to kind of just like clean up my car a little bit because I had trash everywhere and I found that spider and I was glitching for a moment, like calculations in my brain, like should I set the car on fire? Should I just abandon ship? Stuff like that. But we're back to normal now, and now we're stranded in this car because it started raining very heavily with thunder. But I was listening, everybody, I know Lei Sehong, he always knew about Uber, and I know like a lot of people here have done Uber or done some type of service like, working with people driving around. I've never personally done Uber, but I used to do community services and I used to drive kids around, and I guess that was my time of like, I love the job, but I hated driving them around in my personal vehicle because I remember when I first got this car, I had this kid and I had to transport him and he kicked my car, like the back of the seat, and his shoes were dirty. And I was so mad. I was all like, yeah, we're going to have to call your mom and she's going to have to pick you up because we ain't doing this. Or you're going to have to walk home. And he's like, oh, well, I can't walk home. I'm just a kid. And I was like, well, I guess we're going to have to call your mama then. And I just kind of dreaded it because, like, sometimes, too, like, you have to focus on the road, but then, like, they can go into crisis midway. So you don't know what they're doing back there. And they tore up my car a little bit. Like, some of the handles are kind of looser than what they were because they would get angry and slam things or, like, pull on it. And then on top of that, I had an 8K. And he tore up this car, too. So, yeah. But with the resume thing, I thought it was really cool running it through AI because it just did everything. It even made it look all pretty and stuff like that. All I just needed to do was just submit the old one and then just, it did it. And it was cool. And I also did it with the PowerPoints for my group. Oh, man, it's getting bad out here. and it completed that as well. Like, you know, it did it really quickly and it got all the information. I didn't got to do nothing. But now I got to figure out how to do the picture thing so I can implement that in my slides for the next group for next week. So, yeah, back to you, Tanya, number 3, Whiskey November Gold.
I wonder if you ever try to like shove the AI that PowerPoint and say, can you add pictures to it? Can you add it like more graphical, whatever? Like you can try actually complaining, you know, like I like your content, but it's too dry. I need pictures, I need graphics and see what it will do. I never tried that, but maybe something will happen. Oh my goodness, you're like driving all the ill kids. That's so insane. What if they break your window? Oh, I can imagine that. It's scary. Yeah. Well, later, you know, just put that in mind. Maybe you want to like sell this car and get a new one. All that ill is not going to be good. Um. Yeah. So we're back to the famous Kai today. So yeah, Kai. Let me know if you have any new thoughts or changes in feeling. Right? I hope you're feeling better. You know, there's hope. There's hope. It's not the end of the world. Tina number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Now, I'm not feeling actually down in a sense that like there's no hope or something. I just feel the only feeling I have, it's like the fear of I've never been in a situation like this before where I have to sit at home like doing nothing before. Never in my life, especially now with children who was using transport and all those stuff. That is the only fear I have now, like not being able to afford those policies that I need to pay every month and stuff like that. That is the only fear. But otherwise, I'm not feeling hopeless. Like okay, there's a message here. I see. I'm not actually feeling hopeless. So in such a way, I'm curious to utilize the time for learning. I just want to focus on learning like something like Tao related, like all the use that this time that I have, because I'm not sure how long am I going to be sitting at home, but at least I need to compensate like for all the missing lessons that I miss out due to being busy all the time. So I'm not that worried at this moment. At this stage, I'm not that worried at all. I still have hope, but I just want to, like, I've missed up a lot in the net. I just want to see if I can just catch up on some few lessons while I'm at home. We'll see if I can utilize the time. It's just the only thing I've noticed. The time difference is also a contribution, because when I wake up, most of the people are sleeping. It's only like the only thing I've noticed, like in between, like the Townet A is the only net that I can manage to crack to get, and then when it get to net B and C, I'm already asleep at those particular. Especially now, I can't participate during that time if I'm going somewhere like the next morning. So it's gonna be difficult to concentrate. Like I'll be feeling this a little bit sleepy during the day. So what I will do, I will see if I can. I don't know if that's not gonna be a bad thing. I will see if I can catch up one of those nets, since I'm not going anywhere the following day. I'll see if I can catch up. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Back to you.
Well, that is good to hear. At least you're not hopeless. Um, the net, well, you don't have to catch up. It's there's always so many things going on, so catching up is never important. You know what? When I am sleeping, it doesn't matter. You can drop messages online, and when I wake up, I answer you, and you can read them anytime you want. Right? So there's no need to catch up on anything. We can talk online while I am sleeping. You leave messages, and when I wake up, I answer, and if you're around, you can answer back. Right? So we can do that. I don't mind teaching you like that as at all. It's really nice if you can do that. Usually, what happens is I wake up around 5 or 5:30 sometimes, and the first thing I do, well, beside bowing, greet the altar, the first thing I do is I go online and I check to see if anyone need my help, anyone find me or whatever, and I reply all the line message, email, and then I begin my COC and everything else. So if you are active while I'm sleeping, no problem, just leave message, and we can use text, and I can teach you stuff, right? So you can always do that. Also, for this weekend, Saturday, since you don't have anything to do, right, you can come to the ACM, the Zoom. We're doing a ceremony, so you can prepare for, like, you will not be able to do the ceremony because you don't have the altar, but it's okay. You know what? During the ceremony, while we're like doing the ceremony, you can use that time to submit a letter, or even just, when we did the Changsan, you can talk to the court and ask them for the help for getting a new job and so on, the career stuff, right? So make use of that, and then we'll be drinking the full water together. So you prepare a bowl, water, and you can get a copy of the full water and drink. That will be a power booster, right? You can also get that as well. So come over on Saturday. I'll send you the link, and we'll see you then. Tia number 2, Delta November Golf.
Unit number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah, Jejuan. Yeah, it's kind of it's really hot here. Okay. Yeah, I think it's I wake up this morning is feeling good, and do all that kind of the routine, like all the altar, breathing and open the portal and all that things to the 5G. Thing is, I kind of love it to do that all the time, like daily basis. So even right now, I stay more on that room. Sometimes look all the note and everything. That's why my wife have to look for me. Where is he? Always in that room. So yeah, kind of falling in love again with all the things every day. Right now it's like a Tao give me I don't know what to say. So I just love it, and trying to come to the net most of the time, even though it's hard, because sometimes I was went to the market, right? So sometimes when I was still in the net, but I'm driving, so I was still in the net. Right now, I making sushi. Today is Tuesday, or sometime Wednesday. I have to cook in the back, so it kind of like that's trying to still to come to the net to listen to the lesson, and trying to contribute as much as I can. And I just want to know if you can asking God sometimes like if I want to leave or something or for the restaurant, like if the restaurant got attacked or got maybe sometimes the got a magic attack, it kind of like a can be make it slow. The restaurant can make it slow or sometimes no business like that. Is that possible? And then and how to handle that? Back to you, net control. Ingat number 2 di atas November Gold.
Okay, I have a few interesting thing for you. Since you say like, your wife and you are in the same house, and I believe your house is kind of big, so you have like different rooms and all that. There are two things that I suggest. One is there's a lamp, like a little USB lamp, and that lamp is Wi-Fi connected. So you put one inside the altar room. It can be like beside the altar, or it can be beside the entrance. And when you go in, you touch that lamp, and it will turn on the other lamp because it's a pair of lamp. So the other lamp you can put it in like the bedroom or something, right? So when you go in that room, you touch it, and your wife knows, oh, you're inside. That can be something cool to try in the house. But the second alternative is really cool, which is the walkie-talkie, but the small pair. The FRS, the very small ones, is like a palm size, very low profile. So you always have that turn on, carry one with you, and one is like somewhere your wife can access. So anytime she wants to find you, she just scream through that, and then and you can talk right away. It's kind of like Zello, but Zello, you need internet. The walkie-talkie, you don't need internet. You just like speak anytime, even power outage, you still work. So you can try that at home. It will be a nice upgrade for communication. I told Chung before, right, with those talkies, even if you like go shopping, go to grocery shopping, right? And if you and your wife is like, one is in the car and one goes in to buy stuff, you can use that to talk instead of the phone, right? So no matter where you are, it still works because it's not powered by any like mobile network. So even if the phone have no signal, that will still work. It's really cool. So you and your wife can try that. And also, when you're making sushi, hey, you can like take a bowl of water and then kind of put a god inside, draw the fu head, draw a fu inside or something, right? For the purpose of making the customer come back. And then you put that bowl of water around, and you always have to like kind of dip your hand into the water, and then you put the hand on the rice, and then it's kind of like make your hand not stick, right? Now that is the water. So every sushi, you're putting that magic on it. So that will kind of help see what happens, slowly influence all the people to want to come back, want to buy more things, right? That will help. Anyway, team number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Tinya number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. Yeah, I don't have anybody in my house to call or figure out how to get a hold of them. So I don't know, other than the cat. I mean, she doesn't listen to me anyway. About the only time I ever see her is when it's time to eat, and maybe if she wants something from me. So I really don't have much to do with that. So I'm looking for ways to utilize that. I do tend to want to keep my emergency kit up to speed, or at least have some emergency ideas that don't rely on electricity. So I have been looking at generators, tents, and different equipment that in case a disaster happens, that I could either escape or I can be able to live comfortably outside of the grid. So that's kind of how I think. I wait and see. So thing at number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Well, back then, I had I have tried putting one of the talkie, and I glued or tape a little thing on the main door outside, and I hang the talkie there. I just put it through the thing like that hole, right? So you clip it at the door, and so when the people come over, instead of like ring the bell, they can actually press the button and talk through the talkie, and I can talk to them from my end inside as well. Now, like you will be thinking, oh, I need to like talk to someone with a talkie, but it's also another very useful thing to amplify your voice by distance. Like you can put, for example, like imagine you're camping, right? And you're inside like this circle, you're in the center, okay? And you want to scream to outside and say, hey, get off. You can't really do that because your voice is not loud enough to reach that far. If you have a talkie, right, you can like put the talkie somewhere further away. So when you talk softly from the center, your voice project to the other place outside of your range. And you can also connect the talkie to a Bluetooth speaker, which amplifies the whole thing. So now it's like those PA system, and you can scream outside, to like bring your voice to further away. And sometimes it's a good way to deter threats as well. You put the loudspeaker somewhere, and then you say something to like make people freak out, and they don't want to come over. Yeah, that's the way to use it. So there are so many ways to use the talkie if you're kind of more creative. Let's go back to tier number 2, Charlie.
Pinhead number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Yes, Adrian. Just to start from where Kai said about catching up. Yeah, I mean the Nets are not about catching up. It's about coming and talk to Adrian and soaking up his fat click or his chi. And learning something new is an added bonus, and it's about keeping in contact and communication with him. And you'll be surprised just having that ongoing relationship. It seeps itself into your heart and your mind, and you realize that that is how it helps us set my mindset to the right mindset, that it is more of a community, a family, than just an exchange rate, information for money, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So commonly that is to just be in communication with the village and Sadran. And yeah, it is a perfect time for Kai to learn more about being a better Taoist, to apply some of the magic and go from there. And I'm also very excited about this ceremony that's coming up this weekend, especially how we have the opportunity to offer some of the people who has passed on this great opportunity to move to a better place. Especially some of the people I'm trying to get information on. It'll definitely be a blessing. And the letter itself, Sadran, I know we have to do a letter. Like I'm trying to prep and be prepared for this weekend. I just want to know everything that I have to do. I know I've been going through the steps with the video that you spoke about, with the different steps on how to bow, and then the sun coot, and the letter and stuff. Well, I still haven't done my letter, so I'll probably need to get some letter as soon as possible. And hopefully I'm not missing anything else, just to get prepared for this weekend. I'm definitely looking forward. Oh, and I should be finished getting all the information for the people that I want to submit, so I should get that to you probably by today. And something else that was mentioned during the whole conversation. Oh yes, ding! The talkies are amazing. is gonna save you a lot of time. You know, like Sajran said, like the talkies are amazing, especially like if you and your wife is going somewhere and you have to park. Like I don't like to reverse into those small little parking spots because like one the vehicle I was driving don't have like reverse cameras and stuff, and it's a truck, so it's pretty big, so I'm always nervous about hitting something. So yeah, you know, your wife come out, she have the talkie, tell you how to reverse. Sadron actually gave me that idea, and that idea was just cool. So there's definitely something you could apply the talkie for, or even when you're in the your room with your altar, yeah, just tell your wife when you talk, hey, don't let nobody disturb me, especially your brother-in-law who you're warring with constantly, which is hilarious to me. And Hasajadi, your cat doesn't show up until he's hungry. That's that. I wish if my cats were like that. Like from the time I walk through the door, the following minute, they want to know what I'm doing, where you're going. You know, at night, I like to go to my room and close the door. I can't close the door sometimes because I want to come and see what I'm doing. I don't have to check in to see if I'm alive. I don't know. There's just some nosy cats, but it's hilarious. Back to you, Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
No sea cat. Yeah, the talkie is like intercom. You know, if you have more people in the same house, I personally would like if I'm the house owner, right? I would get everyone one talkie, and we have like we set a channel that we use for the house, and then so everyone just take that as the intercom and always have the talkie charge every day. So anything you want to communicate, you know, you can always talk with the talkie. Or if you want to make announcement like, everyone ready, we're going outside, you know, and people just hear it, right? Because they have to talk you around. It's so nice. Calling people by the phone is like, what if they don't answer? Or it's like a big commitment to like just press answer and then, oh my God, it's such a big deal. But talkie is so nice. Okay, let's quickly see if Wayne can check in. TN number 3, Whiskey November Golf. Probably she's gone to work. TN number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I always thought about the talkie on the long distance and those some like as a driver who's been doing a long distance before. There's certain areas where there's no coverage. So I wonder if those talkie can work in such area, because I can imagine, say you have a flat tire, or your truck is dead or whatever. It never happened before, but it should something like that happen, like and there's no coverage, that will be a disaster, because it will take around about 100 to 200 kilometers before you can actually get a coverage. So I believe in such incident, maybe something like that can work. I don't know, but according to the explanation that I received before, you said that the talkie can work in such area. It's very rare that they don't have like the coverage, so they don't really depend on the network on a situation like that. I just want to find out, can it actually work in such areas with no network coverage? Is Tenet number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Back to you.
Well, there's so many different types of talkie. So basically, like the cello, right? Right now we're using cello. It's nice because you can talk worldwide. It uses the internet, and you can also use the 4G, right? But the problem is, if power outage, if the cell towers are down, or if, like you say, there's no coverage for the phone, then cello is down too. Okay, so cello doesn't work when the cell tower and internet is out. Now, if you talk about the real talkies, right, we call them the analogs. There are different types. If you are no license, right, you buy those type that don't require license. We call them the FRS or GMRS, and they are like analog, so they don't rely on any network. Okay, you can take one talkie and the other person has another talkie. You tune to the same frequency and you can talk. So you don't need any network. You don't need any cell phone. You don't need any internet. There's nothing. It's just from there to there. But now the problem is, how far can you reach? So if you only use the frequency and talk like radio to radio, right, that is not going to get super far away. Okay, because you're just relying on that small antenna. If you upgrade the antenna to a car antenna and put that on the roof of your car, it's going to reach further away. Okay, but it's still not going to be like, oh, let me like talk back home, like dialing the phone number. It's still not going to be that crazy. So if you want further range, you have to increase either the power or the antenna, or you have to be using a ham radio. Ham radio require license, and once you get the license, right, it's the same kind of radio, but you can now use higher power, and you also connect to repeaters, and the repeaters can go very far away. So for me, I can talk to like something very far away. The repeater is about 40 to 50 kilometers from my home, and I can talk to the repeater, and the repeater will beam out my signal to very far away, like you can go like 200 kilometers away. They are so powerful. So it's not you are powerful now, it's the repeater, like a station. Okay, so you beam your signal to the repeater, talk through the repeater. Okay, and as long as you can reach that repeater, it can bounce you out to other places around it, and it can go very, very far. Here in Canada, we have like a ham radio cross-country event every Wednesday, and people talk across Canada with that same repeater. The repeater has internet, and basically anyone can check in. So I can hear people from like the East Coast, West Coast, all over Canada. So it is very crazy. If you're going for ham radio, that is what you're looking for, then you need a license, but it's not that hard. Anyway, the time is up, but we'll go for, anyway, we'll try to see if Ding can check in. Tier number 2, Delta November.
Yeah, number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah, Chajon. I think it's kind of good to have the radio, the one you're talking about. Yeah, I might gonna take a look later on. So it's the easy way to communicate, and it's very practical. I like the way you said put it in the water on the magic, so the customer keep coming back. It probably maybe later on I can do on the vinegar, because there's a sushi rice vinegar.
The more pure the people is to you, right, your power, the more they feel that your restaurant is the home. So what you can do is take some of the food from the restaurant, or even like scoop some rice, the uncooked rice, put it on the altar, check them, and tell your God what you want, like to happen to the people. Next day or after a few days, you do your daily rite and stuff at the altar, right? Put more power in, and then you take those to the shop, and you give the raw rice and mix it into the big bag, and then now every piece of rice going out is filled with the Samlo power, right? And then you can even take the fruits or whatever, you can bring it home and then take it back, right? Like, it doesn't need to be like, oh, take the whole bag of rice. No, you take like one cup of rice, put it on the altar. Next day you take it back and like mix it up, and it will have the power on all the rice in the bag. So same idea goes to other ingredient. Now everyone eat that Samlo power, right? Then they become more and more and more alike with your power. The more pure they are to you, the more they feel they want to come back. Yeah. Tina number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. That is a good thing to do. I sometimes will do that with my rice here. I'll put it in my food, or I'll put it in my water, or I'll put it in any snacks that I have here. So it seems like that would be a really effective way to deal with that. So yeah, ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Yeah, you can always do that. Have the God put in their power into the food so that you can use that to purify yourself. Purify doesn't mean cleansing. Purify means putting more of that color of the God into you, making you more like that color. The more the God is like, for example, orange, the more you eat, the more orange you become, the more pure you are, right? So always eat the God's food. Okay, looking at the time, we're now at the end of the net. It is now 2:09 p.m. We'll end the net here. 73 to all, and we'll see you back online or on net B. This is Tina number 9. Yankee Uniform Echo is clear.
Pinit number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf, clear.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha cleared.